Today we're going to be working on our review of adding integers. So I'm starting with this first page here. This is our notes page, and whether you have printed this off or whether you are following along by taking notes on notebook paper or scratch paper, either way is just fine. So let's take a look. -4 plus -5. All right, so what do you want to look for first? First, you want to look at the signs of the numbers. So here we see a -4 and a negative on the 5. All right, so our signs are the same because they're both negative. -4, -5. So when the signs are the same, when they have the same sign, we're going to add. When the signs are the same, we're going to add. So let's add these two numbers together. 9, I'm sorry, I just said the answer. 4 plus 5 is 9. So we added them together, but now we need to know if we have the correct sign. So when they have the same sign, we add and we give the same sign to our answer. So since both of those numbers are negative, my answer is a -9. Okay, so let's find another one where both numbers are negative. The next problem I see where both numbers are negative is number 7. So both numbers are negative. When the signs are the same, remember we add. So this time you might need to show a little scratch work here. So 5 and 5 make 10. 1 and 5 make 6, and another 1 makes 7. So this is a 70. But since 15 and 55 are both negative, our answer is -70. So let's go back up to number 2. Number 2, we have different signs. Notice that the 23 is positive 23. The 7 is a -7. So what do we do when the signs are different? When the signs are different, we subtract. So when the signs are different, we subtract. So when we subtract, we always put the bigger number on the top, 23 minus 7. 23 minus 7, I'm going to have to borrow. So this is now going to be a 1 instead of a 2, and then I'm going to put a 10, making that 3 a 13. So 13 minus 7 is 6. 1 minus 0 is 1, so this is 16. So the only other thing we have to decide is this a positive 16 or a negative 16? So we come back up here. How do we know what sign? You want the same sign as the integer with the highest absolute value. So I look at these two numbers, 23 and 7. 23 is positive, 7 is negative. 23 compared to 7, the 23 is the bigger number. The 23 is positive, so my answer is positive. Okay, let's do number 3. Number 3, we have 81 minus 9. I put the bigger number on top. I am subtracting because the 81 is positive, the 9 is negative. The signs are different, so we have to subtract. We also have to borrow again. I can't take I can't take 9 away from 1, so I lower the 8 to a 7 and make that 1 an 11. 11 minus 9 is 2. 7 minus nothing is 7. So 72, what kind of 72? Look at 81, look at 9. 81 is the bigger number. The bigger number is positive, so our answer 72 is positive. Okay. The next one, we are back to an example that has the same sign. See, 20 is negative and 54 is negative. So when the signs are the same, we add 20 plus 54. When I'm adding, it doesn't matter if the bigger number is on the top or bottom. 20 plus 54, 74. What kind of 74? It's a negative 74 because the 20 is negative and the 54 is negative. So that's the last problem I want to do out of this set of practice. This was just your notes. These are the problems that I want you to complete and turn in. So what I would like for you to do is either print this off so you can work on the paper that I have attached as it is provided, or I want you to get out a piece of notebook paper and write the problem down. Make sure you write the number of the problem down. Okay, do the problems in the same order as they are presented on the worksheet. And write very neatly so that when you take a picture of your work and submit it, I'll be able to read it. So I want to do this first one along with you to get you started. So 43 and 54. 43 is positive. 54 is negative. Because the signs are different, I have to subtract. 54 is the bigger number, it goes on top. 4 minus 3 is 1. 5 minus 4 is also 1. So I know my answer is 11. I just need to decide what kind of 11. Is it positive 11 or is it negative 11? I look back at the problem. 54 is bigger than 43. Since 54 is bigger and the negative is in front of 54, that makes my answer a negative 11. So please complete the rest of these problems. Turn them in on Google Classroom. I want to go ahead and go over error analysis with you. What you're looking for on this worksheet is the error. So if you want, you can just look at the problem itself, because the error is always going to be on the answer side. Okay? So this first one here, the signs are the same. 14 and 5 are both negative. When the signs are the same, we add. So 5 and 14 make 19. All right, they said 19, but what's the problem? Since these are both negative numbers, this should be a negative 19. So I have identified and corrected the error. Be sure and email me if you have any questions.